Kimberly Olson here, back for another episode. We're going to talk about millionaire habits that changed my life. When you actually talk to anybody who's had any kind of financial success and have built true wealth, you will find that there were pivotal moments in their personal and professional development. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. Also, look below this episode. You're going to see a gift from me. It's our ultimate brand mastery kit. We have hundreds of gorgeous templates inside of this kit for you. My famous brand guide to walk you through step-by-step how to monetize your personal brand on social, 50 hooks that stop the scroll, and so much more. So look below this video, grab that, and let's dive into the episode. Today, we're going to talk about 3 game-changing habits of millionaire entrepreneurs. Because the thing is, millionaires think differently, they act differently. And you can be somebody who, grew up in poverty. You can be somebody who have lived most of your adult life paycheck to paycheck. Somebody who just does not have a growth mindset. Somebody who is, struggles with addiction and poor behaviors and become a millionaire, because that was my story. I'm somebody who was not born into money. I'm somebody who struggled in most of adulthood with money. And it wasn't until I really leaned into these 3 game-changing habits that I'm going to share with you that not only did my life completely change, but it has continued to change and continue to evolve. And my impact has gotten bigger. My income has gotten bigger. And most importantly, my ability and my confidence in the future. And that's what this is all about. I know as an entrepreneur, it can be very scary at times to wonder, where's that next dollar going to come? Can you quit your job? Can you pay your mortgage? Can you even do this? And so being able to have that confidence in your future, in my opinion, is such a great peace of mind and such a benefit of really implementing what I'm going to share with you. Also, below this episode, you're going to see the ultimate guide to nailing your niche. It is a gift we have for you for listening to the podcast. We so appreciate you for doing that. And we're actually closing out right now the Millionaire Mindset Experience. This is a 6-month start to finish group coaching program. We only open it once or twice a year. It's for that person who this episode lands with them, that it resonates with you, to think about calibrating to a millionaire mindset, to be able to reprogram your subconscious mind for success. If you're someone who is doing all the things, yet you're still not having results, in my opinion, it's because you have not done the work on your subconscious mind, because that is running the show. And often we are in our own way, or we're getting stuck in overwhelm, overthinking, overanalyzing, and we're just not taking that action. So this is a 6-month program. It's each week we teach, and then the next week we integrate. So you're actually having to implement what you're teaching. There's no hiding in this program. So also look below this video for the Millionaire Mindset Experience. This class of students training will start next week. Also reach out in Messenger for more info if you want to have a chat about it. So I have 3 ideas for you today. Really thought about what are some of those game-changing habits that has changed my life, as I shared, and continues to change. So the first one is millionaires have relentless focus on high-impact activities. So when I was doing research on goal setting for one of the books I was writing, Warren Buffett, as we know, is one of the most successful, people at wealth creation in the world. And he said, when it comes to goal setting, what he recommended is make a list of all the things that you want to do in your life, in your career specifically. What are all the goals? And I think he might even said pick the top 25, or that could just be how I teach it. But either way, let's make a whole list of all of the things that you want to accomplish in your lifetime. Then look at that list and pick the 5 that make the most sense right now. So whether they're the most attainable or they're the 5 that you are most excited about. And then here's the kicker. He said, your job is to say no to everything else. And that is the part that you struggle with. If you're like most people listening to this, is that you don't know how to focus. You keep jumping from thing to thing. You're never giving anything long enough to actually work. And you keep thinking, oh, well, maybe it's this thing. Just remember that whatever you're selling, and I learned this when I sold Cutco cutlery in college, it's a vehicle. Selling knives was a vehicle for me to learn sales and marketing, to learn how to, meet a stranger and build rapport, build their trust and sell them knives. It was a vehicle for me to pay for college. So it's not necessarily the thing. Maybe you're in a network marketing company, or you're doing affiliate and you're jumping from this to this to this. Now, there's nothing wrong with pivoting, but often people aren't doing that. They're not actually pivoting. They're just not focused. What the focus, right? And it's a challenge for entrepreneurs to focus, because our brains work differently. than everyone else. They just work differently. They're very creative. They move very fast, lots of ideas. And of course, there's this constant battle to not focus on the most important things. So what millionaires do, not only do they focus, but they also focus on high impact activities, also known as money-making activities, income producing activities. I'm sure you've heard of other terms for that. So what I do throughout the day is I'm always asking myself, what is going to give me the biggest ROI for my time and my specific skill set? So let me give you an example. I can create anything in our company. I know how to do every single thing in our company. Okay. I can make landing pages. I can make websites. I can do all the Canva graphics. I can do all of that. I don't do all of that because that's not the biggest ROI for me. My biggest ROI is going to be creating content that's going to help people offer value. It's going to be brand visibility. So focusing on podcasting, getting myself out there through our social media content, of course, coaching inside of our programs and working with my team to cast the vision, make sure they know what they're working on and why it's important. So all day I'm constantly, I already know what I'm supposed to be doing each day because we're organized here, but I'm always focusing on those high impact activities. And if I get off track, I am very good at redirecting myself, and that's taken time, because as an entrepreneur, it is easy to get shiny object syndrome or think that, you need to go over and do this thing. Hey, Goal Digger, I want to let you know we have a brand new boot camp coming up. It is Brand Like a Boss. I'm going to teach you in 9 days what it took me over a decade to learn as I built this company to a $10 million company. And we've done all of it through social media. So we're going to teach you how to build out your personal brand, how to develop your content pillars, how to really target your audience with your messaging, generating leads from your content and closing sales in the DM. So inside of this boot camp, we're going to teach you that and more. You're going to have access to the replays during the 9 days. You're going to get a workbook. We're going to have bonus training, all the things and more. So click the button below this video to register, and I'll see you there. The second thing that are game-changing habits of millionaires is consistency over motivation. So one of the things that is extremely important to understand is we don't wait until we feel like it. And if we say we're going to do something, we do it regardless if we feel like it or if we want to do it anymore or if it's still exciting. Abraham Lincoln said that character is built when you do the thing you said you were going to do long after the excitement has passed. Think about the different things. Maybe you're sitting in a conference room and, people are on stage and it's rah, 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 and you're so excited. You're like, I'm going to go back home and I'm going to build an empire. And then you get back home and it's Monday and you're like, I have to make a reel. I'll do it later, right? Millionaires, they make the reel. Okay, ask my team. They will get things from me, recorded videos at 11 o'clock at night. You know why? Because we need it the next day and I said I would get it done. How many times have you seen me do something where you're like, how did she make that happen? They joke that I have 28 hours in a day. I don't, but I'm disciplined and I make sure to get the things done even when I don't want to, when I don't feel like it. My famous saying that I adopted from our pastor's wife that teaches fearless moms at our church is, that's interesting and irrelevant. It doesn't matter how I feel about it. If I said I'm going to do it, I'm going to be a person of my word. And we do teach this in the Millionaire Mindset experience that you have to understand every time you say you're going to do something and you don't, you are destroying your trust with yourself. Your subconscious mind doesn't believe you. It's like BS. So the next time you say you're going to do something, your subconscious mind's already against you. It's like, sure, give it a day and she'll forget about it. Okay. So when you actually follow through and do the thing you said you were going to do, you're building strength and confidence in yourself and trust, which is obviously the name of the game. And that's what I opened with is I trust myself. I understand what I'm capable of and what I'm going to set out to do tomorrow. And the final thing is obsession with growth and adaptation. Millionaires don't just set goals. They constantly elevate their mindset, their skill set, and their network. Okay. So this is investing in mentors, courses, masterminds, attending in-person events, embracing change, being able to pivot quickly when needed, right? I can't control, when TikTok went down recently, obviously my whole business isn't on TikTok. Very little of it is. However, we get a lot of exposure over there. You have to be able to pivot. There are things that happen in your business that you can't control. And also with this obsession with growth and adaptation is that we never settle for good enough. I'm never going to be done. Okay. I'll probably never retire. Like I just probably won't, because at that point I might just be focused on writing and speaking and mentoring. I might not be hands-on coaching week in and week out like I do now. So make sure you get in our programs now because you never know. But my point is we're never done. You're never just like, okay, we're good now. It's about growing. I mean, I believe that's why relationships fall apart is because they weren't growing together. Somebody was just like status quo and the other wanted change. Or maybe even you starting out in this entrepreneurial venture and your spouse is just kind of like another day, another dollar, and you're just like, who are you? Like you grow apart because one of you is growing and learning and wanting to get better and the other is just sitting there. That's not what we're designed for. We are designed to grow and learn and evolve. I mean, look at nature, it's all the answers are there. And that's what I believe. So we have this obsession with growth. I absolutely every single day I'm learning. I have a list of some trainings I have to go through tonight to prepare myself. I'm actually paid a mentor to spend an hour with me to teach me a skill set in the investment arena. And I'm going to watch those trainings tonight. And I paid her for that call. That's what millionaires do. We hire the best. Now, you might not be able to afford the best, but you start where you can. Okay. The first thing I purchased was a $399 or $499 6-week boot camp that someone was teaching. And I didn't have the money for it. Okay. So I'm not saying to go in debt. I'm just saying we easily rack up student loans. But when it's time for us to invest in ourselves, we're like, oh, I don't know. Okay. Millionaires don't think that way. We know that if we invest in something, we're going to get the ROI back tenfold. And that is the difference. So again, below this episode, you'll see the ultimate guide to nailing your niche. A reminder that the Millionaire Mindset Experience is actually closing today. Now, if you just heard about it and you're like, what is this? Don't stress out. Just send us a message. We'll have a conversation. This group of students isn't technically starting till next week. Okay. All right. As you can see, these are the millionaire habits that you're going to want to start thinking about, implementing, and really adapting into your life. So that way you can set yourself up for success financially and in a way that's going to create that true wealth that we all desire. If this is helpful, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any episodes. We drop new ones every single week. Browse this channel, binge this channel. We have thousands of videos for you to help you crush it. And if this was super helpful, take a screenshot, throw it in your stories and tag me at the Gold Digger Girl. I would love to give you a shout out for doing that. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. We'll see you soon.